Hi everyone, welcome here where we try to extend healthy lives in an elderly economy. In mice, it has been discovered for many years now that NMN supplements are safe to take. Furthermore, in mice, it was also discovered that NMN had anti-aging effects, corrected sleep patterns, and improved metabolic health, and many more. But what about humans? Are these findings applicable to humans too? In the year 2000, a research group led by Leonard Pershing-Guarantee, which is an American biologist and best known for his research in lifespan extension in the budding yeast, roundworms, and mice, he had a researcher called Yonei who was looking at the sirtuin protein, which is a protein activated by NAD. Yonei and a few other colleagues discovered for the very first time that this sirtuin protein acts as a protein deacetylase that regulates the expression of various genes and is deeply involved in aging and metabolism. This research paper opened the door for the 21st century in aging research. Many researchers started digging further and further, and with each research paper published, the scientific world came one step closer to solving the largest mystery in the world, which is why and how do we age? I would like to discuss one important point about NMN. It is well known that NMN increases the lifespan of mice. And the question is, does NMN also increase the lifespan of humans? Biologists like me needed to know first, of course, if it's safe, and afterwards we could look at the claim, does it has any anti-aging effects? The very first clinical trial on an NMN supplement was done in April 2021. Not even that long ago, actually. It was done by the researcher Mayumi again. At the University of Washington, he published the world's first clinical research paper using NMN. This was a randomized, placebo-controlled, double-blind study of 25 obese postmenopausal women with borderline diabetes. The subjects were randomized to receive a placebo or 250 mg of NMN for 10 weeks. The first results ever showed that no adverse events were observed in the human subjects. And also the very first benefits had been discovered, which was that in the NMN group, increased muscle insulin sensitivity were observed, insulin signaling and muscle remodeling. These results were very important for the scientific world because these were the very first results suggesting that NMN supplements are safe to take. Since the previous test group received NMN at 250 mg, it was unclear if higher doses of NMN were also safe for humans to take. So in June 2021, another clinical study where 48 amateur runners were recruited to the Guangzhou Sports University in China. The study compared NMN at baseline and after 6 weeks of intervention between a placebo group and 4 groups divided into 3 doses of 300, 600, and 1200 mg of NMN per day. After analyzing the results, the data showed again no adverse events were observed in the high-dose group, which again suggested that it's safe to take NMN supplement. Furthermore, they also concluded that the different doses increased skeletal muscle oxygen utilization in the medium and high-dose group. These results suggested that muscle is one of the tissues most sensitive to NMN and that exercise training with NMN supplementation may be an exercise strategy to improve endurance in athletes. Now that researchers agreed that it was relatively safe to take NMN, they started exploring things that had already been discovered in mice. And one of those discoveries was that in mice, NMN corrected circadian rhythms. Researchers wanted to know if this was applicable in humans too. In a clinical study at the University of Tsukuba, published in January 2021, 108 elderly subjects were divided into 4 groups: the NMN morning intake, NMN afternoon intake, and 2 placebos, a placebo morning intake and a placebo afternoon intake. They examined the effects of NMN 250 milligrams per day for 12 weeks, and they looked at sleep quality, fatigue, and physical performance. And in their results, the NMN afternoon intake group showed the greatest improvements in sleep quality. These findings suggested that afternoon NMN intake may be more effective in increasing sleep quality in the elderly and may be beneficial for mental and physical health. After this research, enough data was collected to also look at the anti-aging effect of NMN on humans. So they recruited 17 postmenopausal women with a mean age of 55 years. They had no underlying diseases and agreed to participate in the study, whereas the subjects had to receive oral intake of 300 milligrams per day of pure NMN for 8 weeks. After intake, the researchers looked at a few special biomarkers like skin, immunological tests, blood biochemical tests, various hormones, and the SIRT1 mRNA expression, which is the blueprint for the sirtuin protein, which actually are the anti-aging proteins. They also looked to, of course, NMN levels, NAD, and NAM. So the first results after taking 300 mg of NMN orally for 8 weeks, they found no safety issues. Second, they found that all subjects experienced positive effects on skin, sleep, and fatigue. And third, when they checked the biomarkers, they found favorable changes in many biomarkers suggesting that NMN may be a promising nutritional material for aging and metabolic control in humans. These clinical trials all showed clearly that NMN is a supplement that's here to stay. More and more research is coming. These research papers are very important for Cellulim and are an important parameter for decision making. As you probably already know, I'm a biologist and the CEO of Cellulim. And these research papers gave us more confidence to invest even more in our NMN supplement and reserve even more time and dedication in our NMN skin cream. For our viewers, we have a special promotion of 30% discount coupon in the description. That's it for now. Have fun and start living again because life is just too short.